Hello, and welcome back to Mr. B Teaches History. Today's lecture will focus on the major ways the United States interacted with the international world in the 1920s. So let's get started. After World War I, the United States attempted to promote peace and scale back military expenditures not only for itself, but for other nations. In the Five Powers Treaty, the largest naval powers in the world agreed to maintain a ratio of ships in relation to each other, respect each other's territory in the Pacific, and guarantee China's territorial integrity. Lastly, almost all nations of the world signed the Kellogg-Brainerd Pact that renounces the aggressive use of force to achieve national ends, but was ineffective since it permitted defensive wars and failed to provide any enforcement of those who broke it. The United States attempted to use diplomacy all over the world to advance their business interests. The U.S. ensured the protection of American mining businesses in Mexico and other countries, which led to U.S. businesses doubling their investments there between 1919 and 1929. The United States even got drilling rights in the Middle East. But to protect American manufacturing companies, they passed a tax on foreign imports, which caused European nations to impose their own taxes on American imports to their countries. These weakened the world economy that would help lead to the Great Depression. World War I converted the United States from a debtor nation into a creditor by the end of the war. The U.S. insisted that Great Britain and France pay back all the debts, but the high import taxes to the United States made it hard to pay them. The U.S. also helped Germany pay its large war reparations by lending them money to rebuild its economy and pay its reparations. Then France and Great Britain would use the German reparations to pay back the United States. These loans and payments stopped with the stock market crash of 1929. Europeans resented the loans as American greed, and the U.S. saw this as a reason to stay isolationist. World War I slowed down the flow of immigrants to the United States, but it picked back up again after it ended, and the new arrivals, mostly from Eastern and Southern Europe, faced nativist prejudices by Protestants, workers fearing competition for jobs, and isolationists who feared they brought revolution with them. Congress passed two laws limiting immigration, setting quotas or limits based on nationality, with some, like Japanese, barred from immigrating. The Ku Klux Klan saw a resurgence in this era due to these new immigrants, though they were inspired by the popular film Birth of a Nation, which portrayed themselves as heroes during the Reconstruction after the Civil War. The Klan found much of its strength in the Midwest among lower middle-class white Protestants in small cities and towns. They used many different methods to terrorize and intimidate any un-American activities. They were tolerated because they vowed to uphold high standards of Christian morality, but an investigation that showed fraud and corruption within the leadership led to their decline. They also sponsored the construction of memorials for Confederate generals throughout the former Confederate states. In the United States, the 1918 Spanish flu was discovered in crowded military camps as men were being prepared to ship off to the war. It infected an estimated 500 million and killed 50 million people worldwide, and was unreported on to keep up morale during World War I. After the war, the 4 million men needed to find jobs, which often they took from women or African Americans who served when they were in the war. The communist takeover in Russia spawned a Red Scare in the United States, which led to increasing immigration restrictions in the 1920s. This scare led to Attorney General A. Mitchell Palmer to gather information on radicals after a series of unexplained bombings. Most of the suspects were anarchists, socialists, labor agitators, and foreign-born people. He warned of riots that never actually came.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or clarifications you would like to make about this lecture, please leave a comment below. If you learned something new, please consider leaving a like. If you would like to receive notifications of more content like this, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. If you would like to support this channel and creator financially, please check out the links in the description for merchandise or sites that will provide me direct financial support for the work of this channel. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Class dismissed.